Alright, you son of a bitches. Let's make a motherfucking malt liquor video. As you can see, I did Juicy the J. I did malted liquor. I did Colt to 45. I will enjoy this entire glass 40-ounce container of malt liquor with the label out for the duration of this video, because I like to follow the motherfucking blueprint. As you can see, well, you can't see, but I'm going to tell you, this is a fresh as fuck 40. It's a February 20th, 2017 40. It's super fucking fresh. I mean, it's already fresh 2 months into the next fucking calendar year. You know, if yours ain't this fresh, I don't know what the fuck you're doing wrong, you know, at this point. But we're gonna get this cracked. It's cold as fuck. It just came out the motherfucking freezer. We're gonna talk a little bit of bullshit. We'll do a little bit of a fucking NFL Sunday fucking preview, a week 2 preview. Not really a preview. I'm gonna go through the fucking list. I'm gonna pick who I think's gonna win. We can debate this shit in the fucking comments. If you want to, make your own video. Get it up before 1 o'clock tomorrow, before the games get going. Well, 1 o'clock Eastern time. I don't know where all y'all motherfuckers live. Just as long as it's up before the fucking game starts in your time zone. And then, hey, at that point, it'll be on film. You know, you can't go back and say, well, I picked this team or I picked that team, whatever. I'm saying all this bullshit and probably nobody's going to do it. But, you know, some people have said some shit about getting the fucking fantasy thing going. Fuck all that. We can do some shit right here. You know, long as you get it in before the fucking start of the games next week. I know it's kind of off because I missed the fucking Thursday night game. I was at fucking work. I didn't have time to make the video. I'm making it now. Let's do it. So, run down the list, say who you think's gonna win. It'll be on film. You can't, you know, renege on that shit, whatever. I know that's not a racial slur, or it might be. It may be, you know, originated from something racial, but if you've never heard of reneging, maybe it's just something we say around here. I don't know. I think it means to, like, go back on your word or whatever. That's how I get long-winded. I start talking about just fucking random bullshit. Yeah, get the video up before the fucking game starts on that Sunday. And we'll see, you know, who gets the most right at the end of the year. Maybe the winner gets a fucking malt liquor. Who knows? Let's snap Kraft fucking cunt Bowski's neck again. Last night's video, he was a fucking paraplegic. After that fucking snap right there, he's a fucking quadriplegic with the biggest fucking forehead that any of us have ever motherfucking seen. I'm fucking getting my iPad ready so that I can run through these fucking games. Tell you who the fuck I think's gonna win. Whatever. Malt liquor. Rest in peace. R.I.P. BMT. Wherever you are, motherfucker. You did it to yourself. Malt liquor. Super fucking cold. Absolutely refreshing. Positively, without denying, it is fucking delicious. And I am currently on the 2nd season of fucking Rick and Morty. And it is the fucking most hilarious show that I've ever watched. I know I talked about it last night. But this motherfucker, the girl said like schmeckle or whatever, and the grandpa, Rick, said, like, it's a good thing you didn't say that, like, in the presence of this other, like, alien race. And the dude was like, oh, what is that, like, their N-word? And he was like, imagine if the N-word and the C word had a baby, and it was raised by all the bad words that Jews are called. And man, that shit was so fucking funny, I just busted out laughing. Alright, here we go. I'm going to set this down. I'm going to go through a couple games. I'll pick the malt liquor back up. And we'll get back on it. Here we go. We already know the Jets beat the fucking Bills. Pretty good game. First game on tap. My motherfucking 49ers against the Carolina Panthers. Now, they're coming across country. It's an early game. I know I'm making a bunch of excuses. You know, gut says take Carolina because I think Carolina is a better team. I mean, I know Carolina is a better team. Unless that whole last year was a fluke, which I don't think so. I know that my motherfucking 49er defense is a lot better than we're going to get credit for. I mean, I'm going to call for the fucking upset. I'm picking the motherfucking Niners to go to 2-0. And the Carolina Panthers, who lost the Super Bowl last year, to start the season out 0-2. Then, we've got Baltimore at Cleveland. No brainer. Fucking Baltimore Ravens. You know, people are going to go, oh yeah, well, you know, they don't got RG3 or whatever, so yeah, Baltimore's going to win. I don't care if RG3 was starting. They might have had a better chance beating them with RG3 starting because he fucking sucks. I don't know, you know, him and Tony Romo must have got their fucking ligaments and fucking body parts from the same fucking factory. A reject defect factory. So far we've got San Francisco over the Panthers. We got Baltimore over Cleveland. Tennessee at Detroit. I'm going to go with Detroit on that one. Kansas City at Houston. I'm going KC. I think they're a better team, all around better team. Houston may have some bigger superstars, but I think KC is the bigger package. Miami at New England. Side note, a lot of commentators said after last weekend's loss to the Seahawks, the Dolphins got a moral victory. I would like to see how those moral victories stack up at the end of the season when we're looking for, you know, division leaders, you know, who won their division, you know, who's getting the wild card, who's getting the buys in the playoffs. I'd like to see where those moral victories stack up. I know for the past couple years, I've heard ESPN say like the Cowboys got a moral victory. It didn't really help them out. Sure as fuck didn't help them get into the playoffs last year. Fuck those moral victories, but they did play good against the fucking Seahawks. I don't know. They're playing New England, which I'm not sure if they're going to have Gronk back tomorrow. Tom Brady definitely won't be there. I say fucking keep Gronk out as long as you can and let him get healthy. You know, you already won one game without him and Gronk. Garoppolo, he's going to turn out to be a good fucking quarterback. But I say if you can keep Gronk out as long as you can and let him and Tom Brady come in fresh after week 4 together, they're going to make a fucking run and it's going to be fucking incredible. So I'm going to go ahead and take the New England Patriots on that one. The Giants, well, the Saints at the Giants. I fucking hate those fucking Saints. I'm going to take the Giants on that one. You know, maybe Eli goes wild. Chili Palmer's Cincinnati Bengals versus the fucking Pittsburgh Steelers. That's going to be a good fucking game. But I think the Steelers keep on rolling. So, sorry Chili. Just trying to make a pick here. Alright, let's get some malt liquor. We're about halfway through the fucking, well, we got one more 1 o'clock game. And then we're on to the 4 o'clock games. Malt motherfucking liquor. I got to get this down the neck. It's just so fucking cold. Farkles. Alright. And then, that brings up Dallas at motherfucking Washington. two teams that I could give a fuck less about, but one may be my most hated team. I've talked about it before. Don't really hate the fucking team that much. It's the fucking fan base. Cowboys coming into Washington. I mean, they were right there to win that game against the Giants. And after the performance that the fucking Redskins put on, you know, against the fucking Steelers Monday night, it's like, good God, how would you pick them, you know? I'm not going to be able to do it. I'm going to have to say the fucking Cowboys are going to win. As much as it makes me sick, I'm going to go ahead and give it to the fucking Cowboys. On to the 4 o'clock games. We've got Tampa Bay at Arizona. I think Arizona thought they were going to come out, fucking beat the Brady-less, Gronk-less fucking Patriots. And it didn't happen. It didn't work out like that. I think they're going to have another week where, you know, they're just not going to be able to shake that fucking loss. So I'm going to give that one to Tampa Bay. Got Seattle at Los Angeles. Fucking Rams. They didn't score any points last week. They may not score any this week. But Russell Wilson does have a fucking bit of an ankle issue here. And the Rams are one of them teams that past couple years have really been the only team to really be able to do anything, you know, against the Seahawks, especially at home. Malt liquor. But I don't see them coming back from a fucking 28-0 ass whipping, being the only team to not score any points in week 1. I just don't see them being able to bounce back and beat the fucking Seahawks. If they do, good for them. I'm picking the fucking Seahawks. Then we got Indy at Denver. Indianapolis has an incredible quarterback. Andrew Luck is incredible. T.Y. Hilton, incredible. Everything else around those two players, shit. Complete and utter shit. I mean, it's almost like they don't give a fuck. I mean, it seemed like that for a while when Peyton was there. It was like, oh, we got Peyton Manning, he'll make it happen. You know, you got to build around these fucking players. So, on that note, I say Denver keeps rolling. They're going to beat the Colts. Atlanta, they're going to go all the way out to the fucking black hole. The Falcons are not going to do anything in the fucking black hole. I don't think that they're going to walk out of there with a W. I'm giving that one to the Raiders. Moving on to Jacksonville at San Diego. I hate fucking San Diego. I like the drive and determination that Phillip Rivers has, but everything about him, I fucking hate. So, I would like to see the young upstarts, the fucking Jacksonville Jaguars, win that one. Green Bay at Minnesota. Don't know if fucking they're gonna let what's his fucking name? Mr. got hurt 2 years at Oklahoma. Still came out fucking first pick in the draft. Oh, what the fuck is his name? Played at the Rams, went to the fucking Eagles. They keep sending his ass around. Oh, Bradford. Motherfucker sucks. He's never going to be the quarterback that everybody is hoping that he's going to be. It's not going to pan out. The ship has sailed. The motherfucker sucks. So, I say they would be better off if they just started the fucking dude that played last week. You know what I mean? So, I'm going to go ahead and say Green Bay, Aaron Rodgers. They're going to get that shit turned on there. Eddie Lucy might break loose. We're going to go Green Bay. And then Monday night, fuck the Bears. Go Eagles. There it is. Long-winded, as usual. But hey, fuck it. So make your picks. Submit the motherfuckers. Make the video. Get it up before the games get going tomorrow. We will compare and contrast after Monday night. We'll work it all out through the week. We'll argue about this shit in the comments for days. You know? Get shit going. Get people into it, you know? Most of us watch fucking football, you know? And shit, a little little camaraderie here. Might get some of those that aren't interested in football. They're like, shit, I can look through it and just pick who I want to win. You know what I'm saying? Get other people involved, get people engaged. Fuck Earl Dorflin. Like I said earlier, R.I.P. VMT. Wherever you are, man, I know you're fucking excessively drinking. Come on, look at it. Earl motherfucking Dorflin. It's gonna be a long couple months. I think you're gonna take your lashings. Hey, and it's due, you know. You will be admonished for your past actions, your past transgressions against the fucking blueprint. You know. Especially coming from one who says he's a direct descendant from Sir Walty. Which I don't give a fuck about, you know all that. Follow the fucking blueprint. It's here to save yourself from your fucking self. Shout at the fucking Falstaff. I mean, with this 140 right here, Earl could have made like 5 videos. You know what I mean? Doing his little tap, playing with his fucking rubber knife and his Nerf gun. And what the fuck? Like, I think he tried to describe yesterday in one of his videos where he said his knees were facing straight and shit like that. And it was the GoPro making it look like his legs were spread real wide. And I was like, alright, I'll buy that for a second. But then I'm watching the video and I'm looking and his fucking feet are turned out all the way. And I'm like, ain't no way your fucking knees are sitting straight ahead if you got your feet spread wide like that. Fucking Farkle's one. And I'm like, so that whole thing, he getting real weird and spread open in the fucking crotch area. Then he sticks that motherfucking garden gnome down between his legs and shit. I'm like, this thing just went like next level on weird, you know? And I always thought he was fucking weird and shit, you know? But, like I said, he was kind of grandfathered in. It was like, you know, early onset, you know, mental diseases and shit like that. You know, he might be alright. Or neurological diseases. We'll let him just mingle around, keep him in check. Don't let him get too fucking stray too far over here or too far over there. But good God, I mean, I'm almost glad he went too far and somebody finally was like, yo, shot that fucking first shot, and it was like, hey, we gotta get this motherfucker back in check, or you know, he's gonna go too far. And like some have said, I think he might already be past the point of redemption. You know, for being accepted. You know, because like I said, I don't think he's going to go away. I don't think he's just going to fade away. That's not his style. But as far as being able to skate by, doing the not cracking on video, not finishing on, you know, and you know, all that shit, and doing multiple videos with the same fucking drink. And who the fuck lives in a van in a tiny house for that long? Finally, supposedly buys a house. But as far as I can tell, all the motherfucker does is stay in that fucking shed and in the tent in his backyard. And I don't know about y'all, but how many of y'all just put a fucking tent up in your backyard? Especially, like, I can see that shit going on. Like, I got kids. I could put a fucking tent up in the backyard. They could have a sleepover and shit like that. That seems normal. But a fucking grown-ass man, it ain't but him and his fucking dog. And he's got tents and lights and shit all set up in his backyard. It's like, well, who the fuck is out there in the tent and all that? You know what I mean? It's like, red flags, you know, and the motherfucker won't cut his grass. He's like, oh, I just like to let it grow and then die. Well, property value, man. You know, other people in your neighborhood might be selling their house. Well, if you got fucking Mr. I don't like to cut my grass and shit like that, and I don't like to take care of shit down the street, it brings everybody's property value down. It's not a fucking attack solely against you for your principles and shit. It's like, hey man, what you're doing in your fucking house also, or doing or not doing to your house, also affects the value of my house. You know, people are riding through the neighborhood like, oh man, that's a nice house for sale right there. We should inquire about it. 2 houses down is fucking Earl Dorfland, who doesn't believe in cutting grass when it's fucking knee deep. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like to just let it grow and then I'll take care of it, you know? When he's bitching because somebody parks in his fucking yard. Well, motherfucker, you want the fucking shit to die anyway because you ain't gonna cut it. You ought to let the dude just drive all around it. I hate people like that, man. Like, oh, it's like a victimless crime, you know, like I'm not cutting my grass, who cares? Why should they care what I'm doing over here? Because it affects everybody. You know, you can have a nice fucking house, but if the people next door got furniture all out in the fucking yard, all on the porch, you know, some people live up the street from me, man. They get the motherfucking, they pay to have the fucking local newspaper delivered every day. Every day, 7 days a week. Do you know how many days a week that they get the newspaper out of their fucking driveway? 0. Do you know how many are fucking in their driveway and have been driven over and rained on and fucking just disintegrated to where you can't even tell what it is? There's months of news, like not months, but like, you know, there's at least 10 fucking newspapers in their yard at any time. In their driveway, just driven over and shit. And it's like, you're paying for this. Like this shit, they're not just dropping this off every morning for free. Like you're paying for them to bring this to your house every day. You don't give a fuck about it. And when I ride up the street, you know, when I'm going to work and shit, I'm like, why the fuck? Like, why will they not pick this up? You know? If my house was for sale and people, they ride up the street and they're like, those people don't give a fuck. You know, that like shit plays on people's mind. But this all started when I was talking about how you buy a new house after living in a fucking van and a tiny house for all this time. And you just spend your time in the fucking shed. You got all that shit out in the shed. So it's not like, oh, well, you only see me out here because this is where I shoot my videos. No, man, you got all your fucking books out there. You got all your weird knickknacks. You got all your other shit and all that. You know what I mean? Obviously, you're out there for a duration. And if you're not there, you got a fucking tent out here. So I don't even know if you own the fucking house. Like, I think, like, you might have a friend that owns a house and they're like, hey, man, I know you're stuck living in your van and shit. You know, as long as you cut the grass and shit, it's cool if you stay in the shed. And, like, you ain't even living up to that fucking end of the deal. Molly. There it is. Shout out to Farkles. Did not Reggie this Juicy J label, nor did Reggie that Juicy J label. None of Dwarf's Foam. None of Druid's Fluid. I'm almost done with that one because, like, I think finally that motherfucker is dead and gone. Which is, I mean, that's better for everybody. Because, like, he was one of them motherfuckers that just got under my motherfucking skin. So, make your picks. Get them in. Let me know if it's something that ain't going to get going. If it's going to die. Make the picks. We can talk about it. It'll be a thing. Maybe not a thing. That was a weak burp. Shout out to Farkles. Malt liquor.